seems like we've been here before. Yes, it is Groundhog Day. And we welcome you to this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. In this one, we'll see the Philadelphia 76ers against the Boston Celtics. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge joins us from the sideline. And how about we check the numbers for Eric Gordon?
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. And it's Holiday in at the 1 spot. And for Philadelphia, we've got Yabusele, Oubre out there with Edwards. Then there's Maxey. And it's Gordon in at shooting guard. Well, Greg, this matchup features 2 teams that want to slow things down and run their offense in the half court.
Yeah, both sides are methodical. They want to get into their sets and create quality looks and also have floor balance. I'd be surprised if we see a ton of fast break opportunities tonight.
Maxey, no good. Brown against Edwards. And Tatum with the basket on the assist by Brown.
And, you know, his height and quick release help Tatum do work in the post. The defense can only do so much.
Gordon up on top. White covering. Maxey against Holiday. Clock at 4. Taken away by Holiday. Brown outside. Inside. They get a hand on it. Here's Porzingis. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
I caught up with Coach Nick Nurse. We talked about how they plan to deal with Jaylen Brown. Now, he said Brown's explosive off the dribble, so we have to have bodies in front of him, be physical with him, stay connected with him at all times. We'll see if they can keep Jaylen in check. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, David. The same day, Clark, that Tyrese Maxey was named to the All-Star game, he scored a career high and was great doing it.
How about that, Kevin? How ironic is that? It was his first All-Star selection, by the way, but this has been the story with Maxey. I mean, he just continues to make great progress in his game. He's a really dynamic young player with still room to grow.
The first one falls. And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking, I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Thanks. Well, the Celtics won their 18th championship in 2024, the most of any franchise in the NBA, and with multiple extensions this summer, securing their core moving forward, Boston has made huge financial commitments to compete for championships every single year.
Not a team to be taken lightly. All right, Shams, we thank you for the report. 5 on the clock. Maxey tries again. Yabusele passes to Maxey. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall.
Oh, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it.
Holiday finds Brown. Porzingis sets the pick for Brown to the middle. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Boy, evidence of the mobility there from Porzingis as he shreds the defense in screen and rolls.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Paul George, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Here are the top shooters from deep this month. These guys have been raining down threes lately. 5th, Eric Gordon.
Sometimes a three-point shooter gets into that rhythm and just keeps carrying it over. That's been the case for him the entire month.
Pass to Maxey. Now Oubre. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Yabusele. Headed by Porzingis. Maxey. Good on the three-point shot. Maxey's got 5 points so far.
Zero hesitation. Maxey. Great confidence in his mechanics and his work.
Outside, Porzingis. To the inside. Here's Brown. From 6 feet out, he nails it.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
The 76ers trail by 4. Maxey kicks to George. Back to Maxey. 1:58 left to play in the first quarter. That shot, no good. Excellent D there from Holiday.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. We are right in the middle part of a long season, GA. As a player, how do you stay engaged? How do you stay focused?
Kevin, this is where the grind can really catch up to you. It's easy to start feeling complacent or check out a little bit. So you got to shake that off. And I tell you another thing, your coaches will play a huge role in keeping you engaged.
The first free throw is good.
You know, in the case of Drew Holiday, having 2 brothers in the league, I think probably is added motivation for him to excel.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Andre Drummond's checked in for Yabusele. Jackson comes in for Eric Gordon. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Maxey. Both good from the line that time.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
It's Drummond, top of the key. Drummond with a screen on Brown. Back to Drummond, and it's Drummond with the jam.
Tell you what, that was a power play by Drummond there. He's made a career out of stress testing the rims.
Brown dishes to Holiday. Brown feeling out a bit. Horford with a screen on George. Brown drives in. It's hauled in by George. And so George will bring it up for the 76ers. 4-point game. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
Yeah, I mean, in that one, you really saw a difference in aggression between the two teams, particularly on the board.
You know, I think that was the big difference in the game. One team was pounding the glass relentlessly, while the other team, not so much.
Now, here's Brown. He's coming off a 28-point game against New Orleans. Oubre finds George. Outside Lowry. The shot's good on the assist by George.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. It's the Celtics leading by a point. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Celtics?
I like how they've worked the ball inside, getting looks closer in there, and that really helps your offense.
Cultivating a lot of assists right now, which is beautiful to see. Love the way they're working that ball around.
George is out there with Edwards. Then there's Jackson. Then there's Andre Drummond. And it's Lowry in at the 1. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Drummond sets the screen for Lowry. Pass to Drummond. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. Jackson, that's a two-pointer. Money from the wing. Jackson's got the lead up to 1 now for the 76ers. Tatum down low. Defended by George.
And you watch Jason Tatum. Year to year, he is a model of consistency across the board. The numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
And the first one at the line is good.
A young man who has an appetite for greatness, always pushing himself, is Jason Tatum.
Boston making a switch here. Springer's checked in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
And it's Drummond missing. The Celtics with the lead. Up top, Tatum. Defended by George. Horford with the screen on George. Tatum on the wing. Defended by George. Pass to Springer. Got it off in time and beat the shot clock, but it's no good. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And what a take by Jackson. And he's almost automatic at the line, so you might as well add that next one.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for the Celtics.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That's good from Jackson. Well, there's a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting, Greg. What's your opinion of that?
Well, Kevin, you know, stretching the D isn't just about how far out they have to defend. It's the distance between that and how far in you have to defend. That's why analytics favors shots at the rim and from distance.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla has talked about the two J's, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. He says they've been lumped together because they play a similar position, but they don't have to be similar. They've got to be able to express who they are and not constantly be compared to each other. They're not the same. Kevin?
Back, David, remember a couple years ago, there was some thought that maybe one would be traded. I'm glad they're still together. Yabusele, he's checked in for the 76ers. Maxey comes in for Jackson. Then for the Celtics, Porzingis is checked in for Luke Cornett. And it's Drew Holiday in for Al Horford. And it's the 76ers with the ball. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Their last encounter was in Boston, where they were able to handle the Celtics.
And it really was a difficult game for them in that previous matchup. Fortunately, they were able to just knock down their free throws down the stretch.
We've talked about it so many times. Free throws such a big part of the recipe for winning. I mean, that can be the difference. Nobody's guarding you. It's just you and your routine and the rim. And they got the job done at the line.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. And Philadelphia making a change here. Council's checked in. Brownie's checked in for Boston. Derek White comes in for Pritchard. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Maxey passes to George. 6 to shoot. Pass to Yabusele. Porzingis with the block.
That reach of Porzingis is just outrageous. I mean, I love when he uses it on defense to stifle shooters.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. This is his second trip to the line in this one.
And to this point on the season, guys, 80% from the line. He's done a really good job.
Guys, he's slightly fallen off his pace from a year ago at the line, and those points from the stripe have been a little harder to come by.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
The shot by George, wide open. Misses the three.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
You know, even though they have the lead, you can tell he's frustrated with himself that he's not doing more.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
Down low, here's Porzingis. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
Boy, that basketball IQ you see from Holiday, understated but consistent, so valuable, especially in these pick-and-roll sets where he just cuts up defenses.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. Now he's got it all tied up now for the 76ers.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Tatum passes to Porzingis. Pass to Brown. Yep, that one goes in there. And the Celtics lead by 2.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Lowry against Holiday. Tatum with the screen on Lowry. Takes the 13-footer. The shot by Holiday, no good. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. There's the pick for the 3. Maxey, no good. For Boston, they've gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Tatum against George. Outside Tatum. Out to White. The tray. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Boy, White is a capable three-point shooter now, and he does not need a lot of space or time to get off his shot.
Here's Maxey. High arcing shot. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Celtics lead by 5. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Here with Nick Nurse. Coach, the efficiency wasn't there in the first half. What adjustments do you need to make?
I thought we got pretty good shots, you know, and if we're not going to score, it makes getting our defense set up difficult. So you got to keep shooting them. Hopefully we start making some of them.
You can't score until you shoot, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Hey there, everybody. Jason Tatum has put his stamp on this game, looking so dominant so far. And guys, I want to talk for a sec about the talent level in this league. In fact, I'd say it's never been better.
You sure about that, Ernie? I sense Shaq getting restless over there.
Hey, my mistake, big fella. Someone put crazy talk on the teleprompter. I was just, going along with it for giggles.
I'm not giggling, Ernie.
Come on, try it. Come on. Come on. I bet I can make you giggle. Come on.
I'm ticklish. I don't want to wear I'm
Come
ticklish.
All right, looking back now at that first half, we just saw some obstacles to overcome for the 76ers.
Got to get these fellas some allergy medicine. They're clearly allergic to the paint, and it's a problem.
Aren't you sponsored by an allergy medication?
Not yet, and not one that can fix this.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum getting it done today.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
And you know what, guys? I think it starts with having a body on him every time a shot goes up. I mean, they've got to do a better job boxing out.
And so here is Philadelphia, trailing by 5. Starting off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. The small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. And it's Porzingis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Misfires again, and the ball just refuses to cooperate with him. It's a tough day so far.
And it's White missing. Philadelphia shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. Edwards kicks to Maxey. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. We've seen Tyrese Maxey and his game go to another level. Clark, what makes him a top-level scorer in your opinion?
Kevin, there are a couple of things that really stand out. His sheer speed with the ball is remarkable. His fearlessness and confidence, every great scorer has that. And then his ability to knock down the three-point shot off the catch or off the dribble gives him an added step of quickness when he's taking it to the rack. And all of that makes him a dynamic scorer.
And Maxey really just does everything for his team, a selfless young player.
Maxey hits them both.
The quick-footed, creative Maxey, so much fun to watch. He plays with such boundless energy, and he's still got room to grow.
Edwards against Brown. Porzingis with a screen on Edwards. Brown drives in. That's to Porzingis. Launches it from deep. Oubre pulls it in.
And he missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
90 seconds now into the second half. Tatum passes to Brown. Outside, White. Brown outside. Over Gordon. He makes the Johnny from the left block. Brown's got 6.
Got a little fancy with the fadeaway on that one.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Here we get a moment to view the league's highest scoring teams. 5th on the list, the Celtics.
And how about the year they've had offensively? This is a team that can put points on the board in a hurry. Always fun to watch them play. .2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Maxey finds Oubre.
Philadelphia moving the ball around. Edwards against Brown. Lock at 6. Here's Oubre. Nice D from Porzingis.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
Tatum passes to Holiday. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Now it's a 6-point Boston lead.
Boy, from three-point range, Holiday can really be effective now. He's worked on that part of his game over the years and forces the defense as a result to have to come out and guard him at times.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
And it's White missing. The 76ers have gotten just 1 of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the lockout at the break. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, coming out of high school at 6'0", Derek White didn't receive any full scholarship offers. He says it was humbling, but it drove me to get better. Each time you have the doubters, you just put a little chip on your shoulder. The 29th pick overall in 2017 has come a long way. Kevin, those chips are still there.
You're so right, David. Thanks. He's become a heck of a player. Outside Gordon. Back to Maxey. Oubre outside. No good. That would have tied it. Celtics leading by 3. Holiday dishes to Brown. There's the 3. Tatum down low. Covered by Oubre. Fires the 3. The 3 from Tatum.
Over the years, we've really seen Tatum elevate his offensive game. Now he's a dynamic, multi-level scorer.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Drummond's checked in for Yabusele. Paul George comes in for Edwards. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Gordon. And Kyle Lowry subbed in for Maxey. Here's Jackson. He has 5. Sure. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Jaylen Brown.
You know, George is a lot more physical than he looks, and he's not shying away from contact on these shots.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Celtics.
And guys, how about the unselfishness and all about working that ball around, shifting the defense, and just seeking out the best shot.
And they've also been ferocious inside, really taking advantage in the painted area and making good on those chances.
And what I love about Paul George, the production, year after year after year.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
The 76ers have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
You know, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys, but it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
Free throw good, Drummond.
I think of Andre Drummond as a big man's big man. He's a steadfast presence in the paint who really focuses on owning the backboard and attacking the rim.
Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Drew Holiday. And both free throws good for Drummond.
He is a monster on the glass, but Andre Drummond doesn't just have size. He's also developed really good timing and instincts that help elevate his game.
Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well. So it'll be Jaylen Brown shooting. It's on Kelly Oubre. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And he's kept his percentage at a decent level, right around 74.
And fellas, I think you have to like his improvements over his free throw numbers from a year ago. It's not a significant number or a huge amount, but it's improvement nonetheless.
And that one misses.
Look, you've got to give Brown a lot of credit for his growth as a shooter. That wasn't something he did when he first got to the league. He put in a lot of work. He shoots it well from the floor and line.
Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
The 76ers making a switch here. Council's checked in.
You got to respect the mind Brown has for the game. Both ends of the floor, he is so good at spotting the opening and taking advantage.
Here's Lowry. Got a hand on it. 43 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Pritchard passes to Brown. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they had.
Count it, and the Celtic lead has been cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Paul George.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, they've got to hold for the last shot here.
Horford with the screen on Jackson. There's Brown with the 3. Sinks the triple. Brown's got the lead back up to 9 now for the Celtics.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Jaylen Brown has been leading the charge for the Celtics. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. Right back after this break. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. We've got Nance. He's out there with Andre Drummond. Lowry out there with Paul George. And it's Council in at the 2 guard. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Pritchard gets the bucket.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And Drummond throws it down.
Boy, George is an outstanding player. Actually, one of the very best in the league. In these screen and roll sets, he knows exactly what to do.
Pritchard passes to Cornette. And here's Tatum for 3. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Pass to Drummond. Now here's George. Jacks up a 3. And Pritchard pulls it down. George against Tatum. And the layup's good off the glass. 14 points for Jason Tatum.
We know Tatum's got a terrific jumper. But I like when he pounds that paint, too.
Here's Lowry. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line.
And, you know, he's going to take that shot every time. The defense has to respect him from the mid-range.
To the paint. Paul George with the steal. Just 5 on the clock. The 15-footer, again, Philadelphia.
Love the flow and rhythm that George plays with. Very impressive. He's got a natural, comfortable cadence to his pace.
Here's Pritchard, now recovering. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
First free throw is good. And the 76ers with a completely new group now. And he makes both free throws. Greg, we've heard some veteran players and coaches say the league is skewing too young.
Well, because of the salary cap, you're often forced to play some younger guys, and they don't quite have a feel for the game yet. So possibly the product suffers, but it also gives you a chance to develop these young players in your system.
Here's Yabusele.
And with that 7'6" wingspan, Porzingis has always been a big-time shot blocker.
Drew Holiday's checked in for Pritchard. And so it's Boston with it. Brown outside. Brown jams it in.
Brown with that amazing athleticism, putting on a show out there with jams like that.
Awesome display of athleticism captured by our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. The 76ers trail by 11. Now here's Gordon. Outside, Maxey. 5 to shoot. Driving inside. And he banks in the layup.
Strong take by the wily Maxey. He is fantastic at turning on the Jets.
Boston leading by 9. Tatum kicks to Porzingis. Back to Tatum. Off target from outside.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Maxey passes to Edwards. Back to Maxey. Shot clock at 6. Over Holiday. Jaylen Brown with the rebound. And so Brown will bring it up for the Celtics. He's given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter.
Now that's big-time hops right there. White bouncing off the floor like a pogo stick and just throwing it down.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. Holiday against Maxey. .143 left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Yabusele. Shot clock at 5. Jaylen Brown with the rebound. Brown's got his 4th rebound in this one. Porzingis with a screen on Gordon. There's Brown with the 3. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
An emphatic rejection that was. Boy, you got to appreciate that kind of forceful in-your-face defense.
There's 1:17 left to play in the final quarter. Tatum a screen. Brown with the bucket. Brown's got the lead up to 13 now for Boston.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Celtics.
The biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other team.
Yeah, they were working hard on both sides of the floor, but that sky-high field goal percentage, plus the pressure defense to force the other team into a lot of misses. Love the effort tonight.
And so now, on the year, they'll have 35 wins to their credit.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still, 2 more to go in the season series.
Hard to say now how the final 2 games between them will play out, but one thing's certain. I mean, they're going to go at each other. This has become a very intense matchup.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Jaylen Brown.
Boy, this game really had his name all over it. I mean, he relished being the guy to carry the load offensively.
.24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. George against Horford. Crafty move. The shot by George, no good. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Giroux. You know that's a team that wants to go inside. How did you make it hard for them?
I really just feel like we really just packed the paint. Did a good job of doing that. We know they have a lot of pain points, so just being able to keep them out there and try to make it shoot 3. So I think we did a good job.
Yeah, you stuck to the game plan, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And now, our player of the game, Jaylen Brown.